So perhaps this is where hoes be hoes. Oh, look at my eyes. I tried to wipe a bit. And when you realise the general population hate something about us, it's like, why not do more of it? So, money counts. It really pisses some people off. And before you go too far, there are creators on here that flush their cash because they claim to be SWs, and a lot of SWs will question whether they're actually really doing those services and earning that money. So we will question stuff too. But yes, you can earn good money even when you're fat and old and missing teeth. You can still get paid for your time and treated really well. So I don't know, I won't really count it. I was thinking, I did remember the people I saw. So the first day I saw 850, second day was 650, and then yesterday 750. And I didn't work really hard because my fucking ovaries are causing me pain. So I can't offer as good a service when my pelvic area is in pain, and I've earned enough to, I've earned well enough. If I hadn't been in pain, I maybe could have doubled that, I guess. And more to say. Let me think what I was going to say. Perimenopause, ADHD, autism, just like makes me forget. Oh yeah, I got this perimenopause stuff to help with brain fog, because the brain fog got really bad. Oh, that's really safe. So this is, I used to totally work just from motels or do out calls. I never worked from my home until this year. And when I started in the industry 9.5 years ago, I was in a really bad mental space. I would say I was suicidal and last resort, like many going into the S industry. But then realizing the S industry isn't what it's portrayed to be by people that never worked in it, and that there was actually good parts about it, and I was making quite a bit of progress in my life and saving a good car and stuff on the way to saving for some teeth. And then COVID happened and I had also moved to a property with a shit cunt of a landlord. Like that, if you want a shit cunt, he's a shit cunt. And I tried to battle him throughout VCAT for a few years because he was doing the wrong stuff. But yeah, it's a pointless loop to be in there. And then COVID happened, and because I did declare tax, we all declare tax in business. Sometimes we wouldn't put adult worker as the thing. Some people do, but then they get discriminated against and can't get loans and things like that. So then you use a different thing. Prior to SW, I did beauty therapy, massage therapy, normal massage. And so I just would put that down still as, what I was doing, but I'd be declaring my money. So I qualified for JobKeeper and Job Seeker. It wasn't Job Seeker, there's the two payment things. I could get them, single parent. And then, it was sort of the start of another downward spiral. And then laughing, talk about mental health stuff, because you either laugh or cry. Then 2023, I've got adenomyosis, endometriosis, and that got way worse after COVID. And then 2023, it was so bad I could not work and was on a waiting list for surgery. Any form of penetration was just like being stabbed with a knife. I didn't even need penetration, it was stabbed with a knife. I've got a person in the next room and I can hear them snoring last night, so don't talk low. So 2023 I didn't work much at all in the industry. Just a couple of times I did have to really work. It wasn't just pain, sometimes you could just be gushing liters of blood and stuff too, way more than what a sponge would have any chance of holding back. So that would not have been a good look, to be like with a client and then someone gush shit all over him. Not shit, blood. So that, I didn't do much. Even only OF was really hard to do, because, and even without penetration, just getting the O would cause pain because it was using those nerves. It was extremely bad. And then I had my surgery January 2024, and 3 weeks after that I was outed to my children by a family member Well, S was the last thing ever on my mind. I don't know anyone else had pelvic surgery. Like, the thought of having S gets really, really scary. Especially when you don't have a partner to do that with for the first time. It was going to be clients. Yeah, so I'd spent 7 years probably then living a double life. So I was doing really well to protect my kids from having to deal with the shit of SW. And all that time, these family members had clued on, but they never actually offered me any help, and then outed me to my kids and outed me for, at the same event, for experiencing childhood abuse. And sometimes when I had some mental breakdowns in the past, just unload that to my kids. And then twice I got quite pissed off over that, and the family member then got legal action against me to silence me. So then I've had no family contact pretty much for a year, because this time last year I had a bad mental health crash, almost the S thing, but not quite. I thought it was my rock bottom last year, and I was like, well, I feel shit, I'm just gonna out myself to everyone on Facebook and stuff, and people in my life can't handle it, they can fuck off now. and if they can, then it's cool. And yeah, I got overall I got a good reaction from people. Much better than family. And yeah, so my mental health, so I was still doing out calls a lot last year, and then March this year, having no family support and being silenced, and it's hard to get help from doctors and stuff, because you don't know how they're going to judge you. So they could judge that SW was the problem when I know SW wasn't the problem. Last year I did have some triggering clients that triggered off previous abuse. And then I did end up I was feeling extremely SI, in March. Well, PMDD as well, so that's hormones. So the hormone spikes throughout my monthly cycle, not to do with my period, to do with my ovaries, that would trigger severe doom, unalive. It's a horrible thing to go through. Even when you're aware that it's going to happen, it's so bad. And the antihistamine trick from TikTok has actually helped a lot with that. It's 80% better from that. I did go to hospital. I did reach out for help, because I knew I was in a bad place mentally. And I have horses. Normally horses will keep me out from wanting to harm us, to go through with it, but they were just I didn't care anymore. And I went to hospital, and hospital was shit. They treat you like shit for having mental health issues, and they kicked me out in the morning, even though I wasn't ready to go. They just forced me to leave. That contributed, because that was a Wednesday, and then by Friday, no family had checked in to see that I was okay, or I was still alive, or if I needed anything. So then I just tried to OD, but it only made me sleep for 10 hours and not take me out. So after that, I was kind of seeing a guy, and he was a fucking dick. He was homeless, just become homeless, had a kid, wasn't going to be able to see his kid. I live near the beach and have a big house, and my kids would move out and things like that from my mental health. And I let him come and have a room with his son so they could go to the beach for the holidays, and all I got was verbal abuse, and I've got video of that. I might share it. So after that, I was like, clients are nowhere near that bad. I'm going to work from home for a bit, and I did. And I've only had one client I wouldn't have back to my house. All the rest have been really lovely, and it really helped me to rest, because I'm going to run out of time. Major depression, you just can't be fucked doing anything. It takes effort to do anything. And I think finally now, because I'm going to wrap it up, I'm hopefully on the upward spiral of mental health and can start getting finances back on track, because I'm hoping I don't crash. Some days I do have a day where I'm feeling really, really good, and then it's the next day after that it's down into the doom. But there's our morning chat, and now, because I've got ADHD, I've got 20 minutes to pack up my mess of a room and get out of this place. Happy Saturday, and enjoy my teeth, people.